All right.
Yes.
So we're in the back now, Devin, and when you're doing this, you have to take out the back and the front at the same time, or you take out the back first, right, to avoid the KDSS system from fighting with you?
Yep. Because this ram still has tension on it too, with the fluid sharing front and rear. It just keeps that tension on that front ram, so we can't jack it up as easy.
All right, so all the action is on the driver's side. You come out here, you loosen the ram mount from the back on the KDSS system, and then you go to the front, and then you loosen that as well.
Yep.
Okay, very cool. Any other interesting things in the back here?
So with the geometry of with the panhard bar, I like the driver coil is going to be the hardest to get out because it can't come down as far. So I like to get it out first in order to make getting the new one in easier.
Okay.
And you know, we're lucky with the transmission jack and the two posts, so I can kind of shuffle around either side as needed. Once I get the driver rear coil out, I'll take out the shock on this side too.
Okay.
Cool. Now that that's out.
So once again in the back here, while I'm thinking about it, this is the fixed position just like we have on the front.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, the KDSS
so there's
bar.
no ram. Once again, the ram is always on the left-hand side.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, even on stuff like the Toyota Land Cruisers that have KDSS, a little bit different design on those, but yeah, everything.
Okay.
All driver's side.
All right. Very cool.
Whatever. Once I have both shocks out and that driver recoil out, there's usually enough play in this for me to push down on the axle, take out the stock recoil. I'll get this back up on here. And what we're going to want to do is jack this up so that the other side falls down.
Okay.
And by pushing the other side down, that gives us a lot more room to get the new coils in. And I think we're going with HDs, so they're going to be a little bit taller than our normal 2.0s. So we need all of the
slack you can get.
Yep.
Okay. Very cool. So then at this point you begin the assembly by putting the springs in. Yep. Okay. Very nice.
And for the rear here, we want to watch any, like your ABS lines are here. You have two brake lines on the other side. Just keep an eye out, make sure that, especially on the side that's dropping down lower, you want to make sure that nothing's being stretched.
It doesn't droop too low to stretch them out.
Yep, and there's some 12mm bolts on the axle side for the brake lines and this ABS line that we can loosen if needed. It's usually sometimes it's case by case. Some trucks you do need to loosen them, some you don't.
Okay.
Even with the same model, same year and stuff, for some reason.
Yeah.
I've had to do some.
Okay.
Not others, but,
cool.
Yeah, so jack
so you're drooping the other side now.
Yep. You can go pretty good.
That is a lot of droop.
Oh yeah, they get pretty far. I think in the end it ended up being the shocks that really limit.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah, so I'll see. Get the test first. Might have to go a little more.
And that's that.
Now I think we're gonna do airbags, but this is just for just a normal install for
okay.
Average person.
Yeah. So where does the airbag go in this? Where does the airbag go?
It'll sit right in here. We're gonna cut this back to give it a new home up here. And then the airline will feed up through. But yeah, as it is now, it's just like for most everyone doing a lift on these things. This is how it'll go.
And you guys have put the air. Is that the compressor right here, or what?
Yep. Yep. And still got some wiring to finish up, but yeah, the airlines will come right in here and tee off to left and right side, go down to the airbags, and yeah, have a wireless, or I think it's a Bluetooth controller to
adjust the air.
Set the pressure. And
very good. Okay.
Yeah, from here on the other side, we just let down the jack, and there's usually enough. We move the jack onto this side.
Jack this side out
to push the other side down.
Okay.
Go up a little more so I can take that coil back out.
All right. So at this point, what's going on is that to put those springs in, they're going to have to jack up the one side. So it's easier to start working on that driver's side first. You can see Devin out there working on that spring, but we droop this side down, and if you take a look down here, you can see exactly how much droop this has, which is pretty amazing. The spring he's working on right now is actually a heavy duty spring, because I'm going to be doing some trailering. I wanted a heavy duty spring in the back, so that just ends up being a little bit more of a challenge to work with. So he's going to try to droop it down a little bit more actually, and that's going to give him enough room to or enough droop on this side to be able to take this out. There we go. And so that's out right now. And if we're looking over here, you can see this is the RAM for this side, for the KDSS system. So we saw the RAM in the front, this is the one in the back. The other side is always a fixed position. So if we come out to this side and you're taking a look underneath here, this is the fixed position for that KDSS system. Right now we're going to walk over to the passenger side, and you'll be able to see the same thing on this side. So here's the fixed position for that RAM for the KDSS system. And if we go over to the driver's side, you'll be able to see the RAM right here, which is what they're forcing up in order to droop that side. So that's the RAM mount right there for the KDSS system, and that's on the driver's side. So because this SUV is actually getting airbags in it, we're gonna need to play with we're gonna need to remove the bump stops. So if you're looking up here, the bump stop is now gone. We'll remove that to actually replace that with the system that's gonna work in conjunction with this air unit right here to kind of stiffen up the suspension when towing.